The talk happening right now inside Arena isn't about our current 17 wins or our strong position as the second seed in the Western Conference. It's about the single move that could change this Lakers team from conference contender to clear championship favorite overnight. And the pieces are falling into place faster than anyone outside the organization knows. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report, your most trusted and complete source for every important update, every inside development, and every strategic analysis about our Los Angeles Lakers. I'm here bringing you exclusive insights that connect the roster moves we've already made with the blockbuster trade that could be coming, the player availability situations developing across the league, and how everything is coming together toward a moment that could define this team for the next 10 years. Today, I'm walking you through a developing situation that involves one of the 5 best players in the whole NBA. A superstar who's won championships and MVPs, and a possible trade idea that would give us a real Big Four that no team in the league could match. Understanding where the Lakers stand right now requires admitting the amazing change this team has gone through since making the single boldest move in recent team history back in February when we got Luka Doncic from Dallas, giving up Anthony Davis in that team-changing trade. The basketball world was split on whether we'd made the right decision. Trading a proven championship core piece for a younger superstar meant a huge risk. A statement that we were changing from the LeBron AD era to building around Doncic as the base of our future. The criticism was immediate and loud, with analysts questioning whether Luka could work with LeBron, whether the defensive drop from losing Davis would be too big, and whether risking our future for another ball-dominant star made strategic sense. Those critics have been absolutely silenced by what we've seen over the past 10 months. Luka Doncic has been nothing short of sensational in purple and gold, averaging 29 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds, while shooting an efficient 47% from the field and 38% from three-point range. The chemistry with LeBron has been smooth, with both superstars taking on roles that help each other and raise the team's overall offensive efficiency. LeBron has nicely accepted a slightly smaller main ball handling role, focusing more on playmaking in fast breaks, cutting off the ball, and giving veteran leadership, while Luka has taken the main offensive jobs in half-court settings, where his pick-and-roll brilliance and shot creation ability can dominate. The rise of Austin Reaves as a real third star has completed our current Big Three and given this team an identity that's both entertaining and really effective. Reaves is averaging 22 points per game on amazing efficiency, making 42% of his three-point tries, while also adding 6 assists and 5 rebounds each night. His development from role player to real all-star level player has been one of the most satisfying stories of our season. Proof of the player development system we built, and proof that talent can grow when given a chance and surrounded by great playmakers. Watching Reaves attack closeouts, make big shots in crunch time, and hold his own defensively against opposing backcourts has been absolutely thrilling for Lakers fans who remember drafting him in the second round and watching him work his way up the rotation. Our 17-6 record going into the new year shows not just talent, but real team chemistry and tactical togetherness. We've won 9 of our last 11 games, showing the type of consistency that championship contenders must show through the long 82-game regular season. That recent win over Philadelphia, coming back from a double-digit deficit to win 112-108 showed everything that makes this team dangerous. Luka running the offense with perfect precision, LeBron making winning plays down the stretch, Reeves giving important scoring when we needed baskets most, and our role players stepping up in their set jobs. These are the types of big wins that build confidence and prove a team can perform in high-pressure times. But here's where the story becomes really interesting, and where we need to talk about what might happen next. Even with our success, even with sitting comfortably in the second seed, even with having 3 real stars playing at high levels, there remains a feeling around the organization that we're one move away from becoming truly unstoppable. Championship rosters aren't just about having good players. They're about having the right mix of talent, the perfect blend of skills that cover every possible weakness, and create matchup nightmares that opposing teams simply cannot solve. The Lakers are very good right now, but changing from very good to truly great requires adding a certain type of player, someone who changes the math for every opponent we face. That brings us to Milwaukee, where a situation has been developing through this season that could have huge effects for the whole NBA scene, and especially for the Lakers' championship hopes. The Bucks entered this year with championship hopes, having one of the most talented rosters in the Eastern Conference, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the most physically dominant players basketball has ever seen. But things haven't gone according to plan in Milwaukee. The team has struggled with consistency, dealt with chemistry problems, and most importantly, Giannis has become more and more frustrated with the team's direction and their inability to put a championship-level team around him at this point in his career. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 30 years old, entering what should be the absolute best years of his career, and he's very aware that his championship window won't stay open forever. He won a title with Milwaukee in 2021, getting that important ring that proves a superstar's legacy. But he hasn't been back to the finals since then, even with putting up MVP-level numbers year after year. The competitive fire that drives great athletes like Giannis wants more than just individual awards and regular season success. It wants lasting championship competition and real paths to winning many titles. When that path becomes unclear, when the supporting players aren't good enough, when the team's direction raises questions, superstars start looking at other choices. Many reliable reports have come up showing that Giannis has shown interest in possibly leaving Milwaukee, that he's open to trade ideas that would land him with a real contender, where his best years wouldn't be wasted. This isn't player movement guessing based on unnamed sources or social media conspiracy theories. This is proven reporting from real basketball reporters who have direct knowledge of the situation. The exact timeline and urgency level remain somewhat unclear, but what's become clear is that Giannis is looking at his choices, and Milwaukee knows they might need to seriously think about trade offers rather than risk losing him for nothing if the situation gets worse. Now, here's where this becomes directly important to the Lakers, and where the story takes an absolutely explosive turn. Reliable reporting shows that the Lakers have already made first inquiries about Giannis's availability, exploring what a possible trade package would need to look like and whether Milwaukee would be willing to talk with a Western Conference team. These weren't just casual exploratory conversations. These were serious discussions, looking at a possible framework, talking about possible main assets, and checking Milwaukee's willingness to have real trade talks. The fact that these conversations happened at all tells you everything about how seriously the Lakers are thinking about making another team-changing move. But it gets even more interesting than just organizational interest. Luka Doncic himself has been directly involved in recruiting efforts, reaching out personally to explore whether Giannis would be interested in joining the Lakers and forming what would instantly become the most talented pair in the whole NBA. Think about what that means. We're not talking about the Lakers going after a player who has no interest in coming here. We're talking about our team's base player actively recruiting and the target player being really open to the possibility. When superstars recruit other superstars, when players are actively trying to make these partnerships happen, that's when blockbuster trades move from possible idea to real chance. The structure of a possible trade is where this gets complicated, but also where it becomes clear that the Lakers actually have the assets to make this happen. Milwaukee isn't trading Giannis Antetokounmpo for role players and future draft picks. They need a main return that helps them stay competitive and gives their fans hope for the future. That main piece would almost certainly be Austin Reaves, the breakout all-star who's become one of the most valuable young players in the league. Reaves on his current contract means incredible value. A 23-year-old averaging 22 points per game who's under team control for many years at a reasonable salary. For Milwaukee, getting Reaves would give them a building block to build around. A young star who could help them stay important even after losing Giannis. The emotional complexity of trading Reaves cannot be downplayed. He's become a fan favorite. A homegrown success story, a player who represents everything we love about guys who make the most of their potential through hard work and chance. Watching him develop from second-round pick to all-star has been one of the most satisfying journeys in recent Lakers history. Trading him would be really painful, would feel like giving up on a player who's given everything to this organization and this city. But here's the hard truth of championship team building. Sometimes you have to trade good young players to get amazing superstars who give you real title chances. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a once-in-a-generation athlete who does things physically that no one else in basketball can copy. He's 6'11" with guard skills, freakish athleticism that lets him cover the whole length of the court in 3 steps, and the ability to dominate games without needing the ball in his hands constantly. Imagine a Lakers lineup featuring Luka Doncic running the offense, LeBron James playing the point forward role he's mastered, and Giannis Antetokounmpo attacking the basket constantly while giving top rim protection defensively. That's not just a championship-level Big Three. That's possibly the most talented trio ever put together on a single roster, going beyond even the Heat's Big Three or the Warriors' super team. The fit concerns that might exist with other superstar pairings don't really apply here. Giannis doesn't need the ball constantly to be effective. He does great in fast breaks. He's deadly attacking closeouts when defenses help on Luka, and he gives exactly the type of rim protection and inside presence we've lacked since trading Anthony Davis. Defensively, having Giannis protecting the rim basically changes what we can do schematically, letting us switch more aggressively on the outside, knowing we have someone who can fix mistakes at the basket. The more you look at this possible fit, the more obvious it becomes that this would work beautifully, both offensively and defensively. The bigger strategic calculation for the Lakers involves weighing Reaves's long-term path against Giannis's immediate championship effect. Reaves will keep improving and could grow into a regular All-NBA player, but Giannis is already there, already proven at the highest level, already a champion who knows what it takes to win when everything is on the line. LeBron James is 40 years old, still playing at a very high level, but with a championship window that's closing fast. We cannot waste these remaining years hoping that our current team is good enough when we have the chance to get a player who makes us clear favorites. Championship windows in the NBA are brutally short, and organizations that wait when team-changing chances come up often regret those missed moments for decades. The Lakers have shown through their history that they're willing to make bold moves when championship chances present themselves. We traded for Pau Gasol when the moment was right. We got Dwight Howard when we thought it made sense. We traded for Anthony Davis and won a championship. This team doesn't make timid moves or hope that small improvements will be enough. When there's a chance to get a top 5 player in the league who changes our championship odds, the Lakers have always been willing to pay the price needed. Everything about this organization's culture and competitive DNA suggests that if Giannis is really available and interested in coming here, we will absolutely make the aggressive push needed to get him. There's also the thought of what happens if we don't make this move and a competitor does. Imagine Giannis landing with the Celtics, forming a deadly partnership with Jason Tatum. Imagine him joining the Nuggets alongside Nikola Jokic, creating an unstoppable front court. Imagine him going to Golden State or Miami or any other contender. Every situation where Giannis goes somewhere else makes our championship path much more difficult. Sometimes you make blockbuster trades not just because they improve your team alone, but because they stop competitors from getting much better. The strategic math includes both addition by getting the player and subtraction by stopping opponents from getting that same player. The timeline for when this might happen remains somewhat unclear, but the fact that serious conversations have already happened suggests this could grow fast. The trade deadline is February 6th, giving teams about 6 weeks to look at their situations and make final decisions about committing to championship pushes or changing toward rebuilding. Milwaukee will want to make their decision sooner rather than later if they decide that Giannis's long-term future isn't in Wisconsin. The Lakers, already positioned as the 2nd seed and playing excellent basketball, could handle the integration challenges of adding Giannis mid-season because we have the veteran leadership and tactical flexibility to make changes quickly. I need to hear directly from you, Lakers faithful, on this, because it's the type of team-defining decision that deserves input from our passionate fan base. Drop your comment below and tell me honestly, would you trade Austin Reaves straight up for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Does the immediate championship effect of adding Giannis outweigh the long-term potential of keeping Reaves? How? PEPPP. Would you feel watching Reaves grow into a superstar somewhere else if it meant we won another championship with Giannis? Give me your honest thoughts in the comments section. To wrap everything up, here's my complete analysis of this developing Giannis situation and what it means for Lakers fans. The coming together of Giannis wanting out of Milwaukee, Luka Doncic actively recruiting him to Los Angeles, and the Lakers having the exact main asset Milwaukee would want in Austin Reaves creates a realistic pathway for the most impactful trade in recent NBA history. While trading Reaves would be emotionally hard given his development into an all-star, getting an amazing talent like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's already won championships and remains in his best years, gives the type of immediate championship effect that makes giving up long-term potential worth it. A Lakers Big Four featuring Luka, LeBron, Giannis, plus quality role players would instantly become the clear championship favorite, giving this team the best possible chance to make the most of LeBron's remaining years, while establishing Luka and Giannis as the base for lasting dominance afterward. The Lakers have never waited to make team-changing moves when championship chances come up, and everything suggests this situation is developing toward exactly that type of changing moment. Subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report immediately for complete daily coverage of this developing Giannis situation, every trade development, and complete analysis of all Lakers roster moves. Hit that subscribe button right now. Smash the notification bell and join our community of Lakers fans wanting the most detailed inside coverage available. Share this video with every Lakers fan who needs to understand how close we might be to getting Giannis. Drop your honest opinion in the comments about whether we should make this trade. And return tomorrow for continued coverage of this story as it develops. This is where great basketball journalism meets true Lakers passion. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. We're doing awesome. Please subscribe if you like the videos. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Have an awesome day.